Alright guys, so here I am with Surgical Goblin. Surge, it's like your 20th time on the channel. How you doing, man? Welcome back.
Hey man, thanks. I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing great, and recently I had Marcelp on, and we did kind of a pro tips live where we watched Marcel play with a specific deck. That episode was a Hog Cycle deck, and it went over so well, and I enjoyed it so much, as did he, that I thought I'd invite you on the channel to do the same thing, playing this Xbow deck. You want to start out by telling us a little bit about the deck, and then we'll hop into some live matches?
Yeah, sure. So as you can see, it has a collector in it, which you don't really see that often in an Xbow deck, because most of the times you want to try to punish your opponent if they invest, for example, a golem in the back or a giant in the back. But I actually really like the collector because sometimes if you match up with not being a collector with a golem, you are basically, it's a loss. But now you can keep up with the elixir and you can try to outcycle your opponent, and that allows you to take the win even against a golem deck or a giant deck.
Ah, interesting there. So do you think this deck shines in tournament play? I know that you've actually finished very high on some recent tournaments. In fact, you finished first in a recent Bren Chong tournament, and it was with this deck, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I faced a lot of golem decks. I faced a lot of polar graveyard freeze actually. And as I just said, or as you just said, like I got first, so I was doing really well with it.
Awesome. So this can be used on either ladder or tournament play.
Yeah, for sure.
And what about a log substitution before we get into the matches? I know some people out there might not have the log, might have it leveled up or whatever.
I would say Zap, but okay. Log is pretty, because it pushes back the units. I would say Log is definitely needed in this deck.
Okay.
You could try it with Step, but Log helps a lot.
Okay. And just the overall philosophy behind this deck, I'm sure we're going to see it live in just a sec here, but are you playing more as a chip damage deck, or are you playing it aggressively, or how are you using the Xbow? It seems like you have a nice defensive base around that Xbow, as well as the second structure being the cannon. Well, actually the third structure being the cannon on top of the Elixir Collector.
Yeah, I'm trying to definitely build an advantage with the Collector and try to see what he has. If I have the Collector in my starting hand, I will definitely start with that. If not, I will not be that aggressive, except if he, for example, puts a collector, I have the Xbow, I would definitely go with the Xbow then, but I'd rather pump up and wait for him what he has.
Okay, great. Well, let's go ahead and hop into a match here. And
sounds good.
I added you to my friends list here, so as soon as you are in, we're going to do a grand challenge run today. Not the whole thing, but we'll do a few matches. If you happen to lose, which my money's probably against it, but hey, everybody loses. And if you do, maybe we'll review the replay if you do lose, or maybe even if you win and you notice some mistakes that are worth pointing out.
Yeah, sounds good, man. I can search right now if you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready, man.
Okay, so let's go. I'm searching.
While you're searching, I want to get a couple personal questions out there, because I do want to make these a little bit more casual, as well as I can see you're entering a match. But tell us a little bit about yourself. Just a little bit about your background, what you do when you're not clashing.
I mean, as probably most of you guys know, I also do YouTube, and I'm still in school actually. And this week I also have test week, so I'm studying for that as well. But
so you have your hands full with Clash Royale, YouTube, and studying.
Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, school takes a lot of time.
Okay, so this match is starting out pretty hot and heavy here, so let's let you concentrate here.
Yeah, I started with the collector, which is a good thing. I think I'm up on Elixir right now. I defended that pretty well.
You did.
And I even cycled back to another collector right now, so yeah, he spends his log. I mean, wow, he even puts down his tombstone, so I can just pump up again. He also has a pump, but I definitely have the advantage right now. And I will soon try to set up an Xbow. I'm not sure yet, but I think I will I will drop my musket now, see if he drops anything, and if not, I will drop my Xbow. So it looks like he doesn't drop anything. I will go with an Xbow right now. I think he has musket in cycle. There it is. But I haven't seen like a boulder yet. He comes with a Mega Main. I will drop my Ice Golem to distract. I will have a nice lock here. I think that kills the tombstone. Yes, it does. So, and as you can see, I cycle really quickly. I even have I can drop the collector right. I don't want to over defend the Xbow, so I can just pump up again. Nice. He tries to over defend it. He's spending a lot, and I can defend it pretty well with the Fire Spirits, 2 Elixir for 4. So
yeah, that was
looking
solid.
good. Yeah, if he pumps up again, I can. I'm already at 10. I'm not sure. You can see my Elixir bar, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I'm already at 10. He pumps up again, so I can go with the Xbow. One more card to cycle, and I'm back at another collector.
Okay, let me ask you a couple questions here. Starting out, number one, you play the Elixir Pump before they even made a play, so you're not scared to play the Elixir Pump as your very first card, or does it depend on your starting hand?
Yes, it depends, because I had Ice Golem, Cannon, and I believe it was Fire Spirits as well, I'm not sure. But for example, if he rushed with... Oh, I leaked a bit there, that was not good. But if he, for example, has E-Barbs, I just make sure I have something to guide them. And I have a lot of Elixir right now. I'm trying not to leak, but it's kind of hard. But
yeah, right? He's very aggressive here.
Yeah, he is. I think I'm enough with the Musketeer Fireballs. I'll drop Fire Spirits. I think one more Expo push and that's GG. I'm not sure yet. I think he will come with Mega Man soon, but I have my... Wow, that's interesting. A defensive graveyard, but I think it's already GG at this point.
Yeah.
I will try to lock the Tombstone, but...
Coincidentally, Expo great against Graveyard.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have like minions or something like that, but as I just said, like I got first in tournament, also facing Graveyard, so I'm actually doing really good with it. Yeah. So it looks like one lock. There you go, GG.
Nice. Okay, so that was actually pretty... Because he was so aggressive, it didn't give us a lot of downtime to talk about, the plays there. But let's hop into another match, and while we do so, because I don't think that one was really worth reviewing, because you just had such a huge Elixir advantage the entire match that, you were just able to cycle to Expo and just protect in the meantime. But as you hop into another match here, I'm curious, is there any circumstance where you're going to play the Expo as your first card, being an Expo player?
Yes, as I just said, if they, for example, start with a collector and I don't have a collector in my hand, I'll definitely try to go with an Expo right now. My starting hand now isn't that good. I have Mega Man, Lock, Cannon, and Ice Golem. So I start with a Mega Man in the back. Now he also puts a Mega Man, so both players not really committing anything. And I've a pretty bad cycle. My last card was Ace Collector, so I'll try to drop that soon. He is playing a bowler, so I'll try to defend that with a cannon right now. But so far, not really any... Oh, that was actually a mistake by me. The Mega Man targeted the cannon and was in range of a tower. And looks like the bowler will kill my musket. And I might want to lock here soon. No, I actually don't. No. If I lock, that would be an overcommitment, but... I do know that he has Graveyard right now, and he just played it, so once I hit 10, I will drop my collector.
And that could have been much worse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he's going aggressive right now. I wonder if he cycles back. I think he... No, he didn't, but... Let's try to get Fire Spirits on top of the Mega Man and the Archers. That worked. No, that actually didn't. I have to defend this. Wow. That's a mistake by me as well.
Okay, so looking back there, what was your mistake, dropping the pump, or just your placement on the Fire Spirits? And well, that's all you really had.
Yeah, the Fire Spirits missed one Archer, and I think it got killed as well. And the cannon in the beginning, the Mega Man wasn't in range of a tower, so the Mega Man could just kill the cannon, and that's why the bowler lived. So here I will drop a cannon up high, because if it survives, which it doesn't, he again drops the Mega Man, so he's playing this really well. I'll try to distract the Mega Man with Fire Spirit, so my musket doesn't die. And it looks like, yeah. So now I will go with the Expo, because he just played his bowler. I'm not sure if he cycled back yet.
He did.
He did. So let's try to... I will definitely try to distract it with Archers. And this is a pretty hard matchup, because he has the bowler ready for my Expo all the time. And he actually cycles really quick. I didn't thought that he cycled back yet, but he actually did. So let's see. I don't really want to go that aggressive right now. I'll try to pump up soon. Maybe it's a bit risky right now, but I don't want to constantly get into his lane. I might want to switch lanes soon. Okay. But we'll see. I expect a Graveyard anytime. There it is. So let's see what we can do right now. I do have to... Freeze. Oh, he actually has a freeze. So let's try to lock this all, and I hope he doesn't take the tower right now, which he doesn't. But I don't want to go into the same lane, because then he can just drop a bowler. So I will try to put a prediction cannon, because if he dropped his bowler, it would lock on the cannon and not on my Expo. And looks like, I mean, no, he did not DC. I don't know what he's doing right now. He is not defending. Maybe
He's going
he will
for the
try
win.
to. Yeah, I think he will. Oh, he actually zaps right now. Now he's trying to kill my Xbow, and he's committing a lot of elixir on the other side. So let's try to switch lanes again.
Ooh.
I'm not sure if that is worth it, but he just committed a lot of elixir there. He did cycle back to another cannon, but I think we should be able to kill that soon. Let's try to lock this all. I don't want him to hit the Xbow. He actually goes now with a... Oh, that's risky because I just played my lock. He could freeze right here for the win. Let's try to put fire spirits. I think if I have my script... Yeah, so... It's actually really close, and I'm not sure if I'm saying everything correct, but...
No, you
I'm
are.
doing my best. And
you're doing great.
Yeah, so...
If there's so much action that I don't have time to really pepper you with questions, but I am curious about your philosophy here about you don't want to overcommit too much on going aggressively in the opposite lane because you're worried about his graveyard. So there's a lot to pay attention to here, and there's the graveyard.
Yeah, and I just used my lock, so I expect to freeze anytime now. There it is. I think that's too late. Let's see.
Oh.
Ooh. No, I think it's already GG. Maybe if I can get an Xbow on tower now. I don't think so because he has the bowler. There it is. I can try to do it, but he's just cycling at this point, and I think he already cycled back. One more card, and he has back to his zap. Let's see. Yeah, now he has the zap, so that's GG. So I'm not sure what I did wrong there, but we can rewatch it if you want.
Yeah, why don't you share the replay, and we'll just see if maybe you would have done anything differently if you could do it again. That was a tough matchup for you, especially that he was able to cycle to his bowler faster than you could cycle to the Xbow. Very difficult to get to that tower to get a lock.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't expect him to cycle that quick, but
if you can just share
I'm ready
that.
to click watch. Yeah,
Okay.
I just shared it. I'm ready to click watch.
Okay.
Just tell me when.
I'm ready to go. 3, 2, 1, play.
I'm in.
Okay, so yeah, let's just kind of, while we rewatch it here, I just want to ask you a few more questions too, and you can go ahead and point out if you see any obvious areas where you made a mistake. So, is this match, I think it's noteworthy to say that you didn't play the Xbow till like at least a minute into the entire match. So in the beginning, were you trying to kind of defend at the same time, figuring out what his hard counters to your Xbow were?
Yeah, I also had a pretty bad starting hand. I didn't really... I mean, it's perfect. A perfect situation would be with a collector and then having the ice golem and, for example, cannon and lock. But here he started aggressive, and as you can see, I put my cannon one tile to the above, so his Mega Man actually killed it, and that's why his bowler actually lived. And I didn't have anything to distract it, so I was forced to put my Mega Man on top and my ice golem, but that was just like too much. Not really too much because we're kind of equal right now with Elixir, but I didn't want to spend that much on defense because, as I just said, I'm trying to build an advantage. And me putting down my collector right now can put me in a bad situation.
Okay, can you talk a little bit, because the cycle was such an issue for this match, can you talk a little bit about Clash Royale's fixed cycle and how that affects your matches? Especially a bad starting hand?
What do you mean with fixed cycle?
Like how even if you're stuck with a starting hand, I think some people don't realize that not only is that starting hand difficult, but it's also going to be your rotation the entire match in terms of... the cards are fixed in the rotation. They're fixed in the cycle. So if you have, you know what I'm saying? That like those cards are going to come up in the same order for the rest of the entire match. So there's sometimes it's difficult to escape a bad cycle.
Yeah, as you can see, I mean, that's definitely true. But as you can see, I'm still, like with this deck, you can basically always drop something. If not, you could try to pressure with Fire Spirits, or you could just drop a Mega Man in the back. And as you can see here, I go with Xbow because I thought that I outcycled him. But again, he has the bowler, so he's cycling really quick. And I mean, I can't really get my Xbow locked on at this point. He even has a nice zap, so my Xbow retargets on his ice column. But at this point, I'm more focusing on trying to get an advantage again, because definitely not looking good right now. But I'm also forced, because he's like pressuring me really hard, so I'm forced to defend all the time, and I'm not really able to put my collectors down. And here I do get it down, but it's just he already has a lot of damage, and he will come with a graveyard soon. So that's really tough in this matchup.
Now, you played against people in the tournament where you finished first with this deck, with Graveyard. Is there any difference between like a game like this? Was it just the fact that this deck was just such a hard counter and so fast that it was just made it extra difficult?
Yeah, also my starting hand, I believe when I matched up against Bowler Graveyard, I mean here I do have advantage by the way, but I when I was playing in the tournament, I started with Collector in my hand, and I'm pretty sure I got 2 Collectors down really quick in the game. So that was a huge difference. And here, as I just said, not really a ideal starting hand. And as you can see, I thought that he over-defended on the left side. So I tried to go with an Xbow on the right side, but his bowler is super strong against my Xbow, and he's playing this really well because as you can see, I'm pretty sure he saps soon. I think he will, or he goes for the graveyard. Oh, he actually goes for the graveyard. So my Xbow, no, it doesn't lock on. He constantly has them. Now it locks on, but I mean it's already too late. I believe he kills me now or not. Oh no, it's
No,
the
there's
next
another.
push.
Yeah, another cycle goes through. So my question for you is: you switched lanes. Can you talk a little bit about why you switched back? Was it again the bowler? You just thought the bowler was out of cycle and it wasn't out of rotation, rather.
Yeah, and I also thought that he wasted his Ice Column, Mega Man, and Arch on the left side. So I knew that I was up a lot, but he was still able to defend my Xbow with his bowler and his Ice Column. And here he just has to put one more graveyard and a freeze, and that was GG. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely well played by him. He played it really well.
Yeah. Looking back, would there be anything you'd do differently in the match?
In the beginning, the cannon made a difference because that forced me to put more elixir. And when I tried to pump up, his arches and his Mega Man got a lot of damage right away. And I think if they didn't get that much damage, I would be able to defend and get my Xbow locked on more. Because as you can see, I still had this right tower down to 860 HP. So I think in the beginning, if I didn't lost a lot of elixir, I would be able to defend his graveyards better and then get my Xbow locked on.
Gotcha. Okay, want to do one more match?
Yeah, sure.
Sweet.
Okay, I will search right now.
Sounds good. All right.
Yeah, I'm in.
What
So
time
again,
is it
no
over there right
collector?
now?
9:41 p.m.
Okay.
So about to get 10 p.m.
So you're 6
so
hours
again-
ahead of me.
Yeah, indeed. And for PST, so where backstab leaks is +9.
Yeah.
So that's
that
a
must be
pretty
tough.
big difference.
Yeah.
But again, I don't start with a collector, but I also don't want to leak. So I just drop my Ice Column and my Mega Man. He says oops, but I think the giant will go in front. And I place my cannon to the right tail, so it has more travel distance. So my cannon can kill that with the tower, and the musket is down. So defending that, I'm pumping up. He also has a pump, so again a bit of a tough matchup. But I think if I can defend his pushes, because I haven't shown my Xbow yet, I think if I can defend his pushes and then try to surprise him with an Xbow, I think I can win this matchup. But we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
So
Yeah, go ahead.
no, you can.
I was going to ask if you can talk a little bit about the role of the cannon. Obviously, you can use it defensively just as you normally would, but I noticed that in the first match we played, you didn't always use the cannon with the Xbow. In the second match, you pretty much always used with the Xbow. Can you talk a little bit about the cannon and the Xbow and their relationship?
Yeah, so sometimes you will see me, as you just mentioned, you will see me put it near the bridge, because then it could support. Because if he had a bowler, as in the previous match, he had a bowler, so then the bowler will lock on the cannon, while the cannon will shoot the bowler and the Xbow as well. So wow, he has a big push right now. So I think, yeah, I will try to push back the musket right now to let it retarget on the
Ice Golem, yeah.
on the Ice Column, but the cannon, I misplaced the cannon. I placed it one more tile to the bottom, so the giant is locked on the tower. But I do have a pump on him, and I will pump up again. So I think if I can keep, if I will be able to defend, I can. I didn't show my Xbow yet. If I can get it on a good moment, I think I will be able to get this tower down. But I do have to defend his E-bars now, so let's see. Here I will place the cannon up high, because if I kill the musket with it, which it doesn't, oh, it actually dies, but if I kill the musket, I could also help it. It would also help the Xbow defend. But so far I am constantly pumping up and he is not. So at the end it will hurt him, because I'm just building a big advantage right now, and I'm able to defend. As you can see, his giant won't make it to the tower, and my musket will, I think it will, no, it doesn't kill his, but I will drop another one.
Yep.
Oh, it actually does. And now I know that he has E-barbs, so I'll drop fire spirits, and
Nice.
there they are. I will also have my lock ready, and as you can see, I didn't show my Xbow the entire game, and it's locked on right now. He's laughing, I don't know why, but I have such a big advantage, because now I even have a second one down. I can... Oh, he actually goes with a giant there. Interesting. I'll just drop a Mega Minion there. And at this point, I'm up on damage. I will have my Ice Golem ready for his Mega Minion. And I'm just pumping up again because I'm leading right now. And if he pushes, I know that I can defend it.
Yeah, for sure. And it's also worth pointing out just how disciplined you're playing as opposed to your opponent who's playing super aggressively. You guys want to notice that every time Surgical has the opportunity to do so, he pumps up, even if he already has one on the board.
Here he pumps up, and that's a mistake by him because I think, I will definitely lock the giant away. I put my cannon to the right, so the giant locks on the cannon, as you can see. And my musket is, or my Xbow is locked on the tower now. I think that's GG. He locks as well. That puts it at one, two more locks, one, because the lock is 104 damage. And I think I have this game. I'll drop a cannon, I will lock right now, and then I will cycle back to another lock. And I think it's GG. So let's see, yeah, it's
Nicely
definitely
done.
GG. Thanks, man.
And he plays the pump there, just trying to block the Xbow, but it's way too late now. All you have to do is cycle back to that log, and there it is, and that's GG.
Wow, that was a intense match.
Yeah, that was a really good, because I loved that match. It's probably my favorite of the three because it showed how patient you were in pumping up. And I think that's something that a lot of people can take away from this, is really in any deck, not even just the Xbow deck, but especially when there's a 3 minutes of overtime, like, don't be afraid to pump up. You know, I think that was his mistake there, is he started out really strong, but then he didn't pump up. He always went aggressive.
Yeah, indeed. He kept pushing, but he didn't come through, and I had the advantage of, I think I had 2 collectors down, he had 0, and he kept pumping, and then he realized I have to pump as well, but it was already too late because I had the advantage on him. Then I started pushing. He defended it actually pretty well. I thought that with my Xbow I would take his tower right away, but he defended it really well. And as you just said, I decided to pump up again, being patient. And he used his giant, so I went with another Xbow and that locked on again. So yeah, it was a really good game.
Great, man. Good game. Is there any parting words you have for us besides, or maybe just like really quickly before I let you go, any common mistakes that maybe first-time Siege players or first-time Xbow players more specifically could be able to take away and bring with them into their very first match with this deck? I think a lot of it kind of was really transferable from those replays, but is there any additional advice you have?
Yeah, sometimes it's better to switch lanes in order to take the tower. In the bowler matchup, it didn't really help me, but sometimes you will notice if you keep playing into the same lane, for example, against a giant player, he would just have his giant there always. So, sometimes it's better to switch lanes to get the Xbow locked on the tower. It will help you because the Xbow deals a lot of damage in, I think in 10 seconds it could switch the damage on the tower. So definitely try to switch lanes then.
Okay, great. That's great advice. Lastly, what do you have planned for your channel? Any big videos coming up that folks might want to know about?
Yeah, tomorrow I will actually record also this deck. I got first in the Brank Jung tournament, as you just said. I will do the chest opening, and then I will share some replays as well. So that is a big one coming up.
Fantastic. And this will probably go out tomorrow, so it'll probably be the same day that this is uploaded. You guys can go ahead and check out Surge's channel. I'll link it in the description below. So, Surgical, thanks so much for coming on again, man.
Thanks,
I had a great time chatting with you and watching you play.
Yeah, thank you for letting me on the channel. It's always an honor.
Thanks, man. Take it easy.
See ya.
Bye. Alright guys, there you have it, another Pro Tips Live. I hope you guys continue to enjoy this format. I really want to go back and invite all the pros that I've had on previously under these new format template, because I find it really engaging and a lot of fun to ask these questions kind of as they arise in the match live. So I do want to have some of my old pros back on, and at the same time I'm still looking for new pros, new big names in the community. So guys, suggest some if you want to in the comments, and thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate all your support, and as always, take care, guys.